Why do we keep putting celebrities in spots that philosophers and thinkers should be? And this is even more so true for communities of color. We get Steve Harvey, white people get Stephen Hawkins. Why do we get the juggler, the dancer, the rapper, and the entertainer for information, but everybody else gets theologians, they get Noam Chomsky's, they get the thinkers of the world?
Because Black media doesn't really support a lot of our thinkers unless those thinkers are people like Cornel West. So they're very entertaining when you put them up on a stage, because a lot of what we think of as Black media is still kind of gatekept by white executives. And also, if you're a Black thinker and you want to reach an audience, you need a budget, you need some kind of corporate sponsorship or whatever. And so
you need dancers, apparently. So we cannot absorb any information unless somebody's singing or dancing.
I believe, no, we can, but that it's not going to reach us because they have to have a budget. They have to have a production budget, and they got to have a marketing budget. And when it comes, especially when it comes to Black shit that interests Black folk and gets our eyeballs and is interesting to us, corporate, a lot of, the people that you need to write those checks to get that distribution don't want to hear radical Black people saying anything.
But why are they radical? I want to hear Black intellectuals speak. White people get intellectuals. Asian people get intellectuals. I want to get intellectuals. I don't want to hear Kanye. I don't want to hear Steve Harvey. I don't necessarily need to hear Charlemagne the God. I would like to hear people who are intelligent and thoughtful and invested in learning about this information. And I think that's part of the reason you and I did this podcast, is that we wanted to be able to share information without somebody singing and dancing in the background. Every commercial I see on TV that's targeted to Black people has somebody singing or dancing in it. It could be bug spray. It could be Band-Aids. It could be McDonald's. It could be healthcare. It could be vitamins. It could be toenail polish. There is someone singing or dancing in the commercial. Oh, let me guess, targeting people of color?
Absolutely.
It's sickening to me. And all the 99% of videos I see of Black people, what are we doing? Dancing, singing, dancing, sinking. That's why nobody ever associates us with books and science. Watching Kevin Samuels, he was talking to a girl and said, what kind of men do you want to date? Athletes, celebrities. He said, name them. She named several. He said, name 5 Black businessmen. She was stuck. Why don't we know our Black businessmen? Why don't we know who they are? Why aren't they the ones being commissioned to speak to us? Why aren't we demanding they be the ones to speak to us? So our choices are Cornel West, Dr. Umar, or Charlemagne the God. That's it. Those are our 3 options. That's it.
You know the answer, though. Black folk don't want to recognize that answer, though.
And is that what Kevin Samuels was catching all that heat about?
That, among other things. But Black parents aren't raising, we have consecutive generations of Black people, Black kids being raised by slightly bigger Black kids, unfortunately. And those parents are more concerned about putting their kids in Jordans than putting their kids in a robotics class. Not saying all, don't come at me for all, but a lot of those.
Well, there's not all of anything, right? But yeah, on average, I mean, when you walk into a public school, every other kid's got fresh kicks on and new phones, but yet they don't have paper and pencil and supplies. I don't understand. But we want to be up in schools cursing out teachers. When I was a teacher, I actually had a kid come into my classroom with a $15,000 necklace on in 4th grade. And I had to tell him and his dad, this is not appropriate, especially when his homework's not done. And there's kids in this class whose parents, are farm workers. Why would you send a 4th grader into a classroom with a $15,000 necklace on? What is the point of that? What are you trying to prove?
Just asking for the 5th graders to beat him up and take his chain.
Right. What are you? You're just inciting your son to get jumped. And I can't even believe I had to stop during the course of my teaching day to tell a parent, you can't send your kid to class with this type of shit on. The kid's wearing Balenciaga from head to toe, but doesn't have any homework.
And he never got his homework done.
So he'll be the best dressed guy in jail? I mean, what's the plan? What's the plan?
He'll have $400 sneakers when he clocks into McDonald's.
Right.
Still got to wear the uniform though, but your sneakers gonna be fresh.
Right, but your sneakers are gonna be fresh. I mean, I think I just feel like an all-round just disappointment in American society. I feel in the culture, what we as a community are bringing to the table. Our conversations, they need to step up a notch.